Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. A Netflix documentary featuring Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has once again placed the spotlight on the British royal family. The series highlights, amongst other things, claims of racial bias involving the monarchy. The British government has now thrown its weight behind the royals following the tell-all documentary. UK political analyst Melanie Perry joins us now for more.
Something fundamental has changed. This is no longer just a story about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepping away from royal life. What you're actually watching is the rise of a competing system. Not against the monarchy directly, but parallel to it. And once you see how this is playing out, it becomes clear. This was never about leaving. It was about building something else. For years, the narrative has been simple. They left the royal family. But that framing is incomplete. Because leaving implies distance. A modern, media-driven, globally scalable brand. Long-term institutional stability. It's not flexible. It doesn't react quickly. And most importantly, it doesn't compete in the modern media landscape. Now compare that to what Harry and Meghan are doing. Their model is based on narrative control, direct audience access, strategic visibility. This isn't just different. It's incompatible. Look at the pattern. Every move reinforces independence, but not disconnection. They are still linked to the royal family in identity, but not in control. That distinction matters, because it allows them to operate in two spaces at once. The credibility of the monarchy, the freedom of private influence. And that combination is powerful. This isn't about one deal or one appearance. It's the consistency. Media projects that shape their narrative. Public appearances that maintain relevance. Messaging that reinforces autonomy. Individually, these look like normal decisions. Together, they form a system. And that system is a brand. Now here's where the tension comes in. The crown doesn't function like a brand. It functions like an institution. And institutions don't adapt quickly to external competition. So what happens when a modern brand starts operating alongside it? Using the same global attention? You get friction. Not open conflict, but structural tension. Because both are competing for something very specific. Attention, influence, and public trust. If you're starting to see how this goes deeper than headlines, this is exactly what we break down here. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, because the next layer of this changes how you look at everything they're doing. Here's the real divide. The crown controls image by limiting exposure. Harry and Meghan control image by increasing it. That's a complete reversal of strategy. One relies on distance. The other relies on visibility. And in today's world, visibility wins. Because attention is currency. And the one who controls attention controls the narrative. This is not reactive behavior. It's structured. Every appearance is intentional. Every message is aligned. Every move builds the same outcome. Independence without losing relevance. That's the key. Because complete separation would weaken influence. But controlled proximity? That keeps them in the conversation. Now here's where things become undeniable. Both systems exist in the same space. Both rely on public perception. But they operate under completely different rules. And that creates a long-term collision. Not necessarily a dramatic one, but a gradual shift, where influence starts to redistribute. So let's be clear about what's happening. This is not a return story. This is not a fallout story. This is a transformation. From royal identity to independent global brand. And it's already in motion. A return. A reconciliation. A final decision. But that moment isn't coming. Because the shift isn't sudden. It's gradual. And that's why it's being missed. The crown remains what it has always been. Stable, controlled, institutional. But alongside it, something new now exists. Flexible, visible, and self-directed. And that changes the landscape. Not by replacing the monarchy, but by creating an alternative form of influence. Now I want to hear your take. Do you think this new model strengthens their position? Or does it eventually clash with the system they came from? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them and I respond. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.